Hey guys, it's Alexis. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be this everyday makeup routine. This is what I wear on a day-to-day basis when I go to school or run quick errands. No foundation, bronze type of look. And if you want to go ahead and see how I achieve this look, please keep on watching. Okay, so the first product that I'm going to be starting off with is my ointment for my skin that I got from a dermatologist because I have eczema and I need to constantly put this on or else my skin will become very dry. And since the weather lately has been changing, I need to make sure that I apply this religiously because if I don't, my skin will be crusty. Then I'm going in with some Pond's Nourishing Moisturizer and adding some more onto my face. I just want as much moisture as I can before I start applying my makeup because as I start applying my makeup, it's going to get dry. It's going to be getting set with powder constantly, and yeah. So the next step that I'm going to be doing is wiping off any excess ointment or cream that I have on my brows. So I clipped my hair back and now I'm going to be going in with the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. Okay, so this is the right eyebrow all filled in, and I'm going to be doing a couple more steps after I apply the rest of my makeup. This is not the end, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in and do this eyebrow off camera, and then I'll come back, but I'll see y'all when I get done with that. Okay, so these are the brows all filled in, and my next step is going to be concealing them. The product that I use is Maybelline Better Skin Concealer in the color Light Medium. I grab some and go ahead and put it on the back of my hand, a generous amount. And then I go in with some Tarte Shape Tape in the color Medium. And I mix the two to add some thickness as well as some more color because the Maybelline one is a little bit too light, and then the Tarte Shape Tape is a little too orange. So I mix it on the back of my hand with a Morphe brush. This one has no number. And then I start to clean up my eyebrows. A tip that I recommend is to drag out the concealer into the middle of your brows, and you'll go ahead and see why in a second. And then as I get to the tail end of my brow, I drag it outward. I don't do a curved motion like so because I don't want my eyebrows to be droopy. I want them to be outward. I feel like that can easily mess up your face, like the proportion of it will make it look kind of weird. Even if you wear eyeliner and your eyebrows are really droopy, you'll look like it's connecting, and I don't like that. So I try to make it as out as possible. Then I use the excess and start cleaning up the top. Another tip is to lay your hand onto your head for the best precision and steadiness because I can be very shaky at times. and it helps a lot. Then I go in with a Eco Tools. I believe it's what it is. It has like no name on it. I've had this for a while now. And I blend in the top. And then I go ahead and blend in the bottom as well. Still leaving some product right here in the middle of my brows. Then I pinch my brush a lot throughout the process because it helps with precision. Helps you like really get in here. This is basically like my favorite brow because this one honestly doesn't give me as much problems as my other one. I do my brows first because it takes the longest in the morning. I have some bad brow days because, you know, but I feel like that's everybody, but most of the time I feel like my eyebrows are pretty good. But yeah, I don't go anywhere without doing at least my eyebrows. I just feel like if you don't have any makeup and you just at least do your brows, it makes you more like alive looking. I don't know. So then I pat it down to like my eyelid area. Going back in with the same brush, I'm just gonna blend it out like so. The same steps as the other eyebrow. Just gonna pat it in, sweep it around. Okay, so now going to the middle part of my eyebrows. Okay, so a mistake that a lot of people do is getting a concealer brush and making like a sharp line in the front of their brows, thinking that it looks very, you know, crisp and like Instagram brow like, but in reality it can be very harsh and unnatural looking. So going to my old pictures, I realized it pretty fast, and it kind of like hit me because like my uncle had made a comment about my eyebrows when I was like a sophomore or junior that really bothered me about my eyebrows, and it like basically traumatized me. So now I try my hardest to make my eyebrows look more natural, but the concealer that I put in the front, I blend upward, and that helps your eyebrows become more like faded in the front, and it doesn't create that harsh line. So this method like honestly helps me a lot. And you can even add some concealer, like the slightest concealer, and go over your brow to make them more faded and ombre looking in the front. So yeah. And if your eyebrows are slightly uneven, it's fine. People will always say eyebrows are sisters, not twins. So, okay, so now I'm going to be adding some primer. This is the NYX No Filter primer, and I like this primer because it blurs out your pores. I used to never wear primer, believe it or not. I thought that it was just kind of like bullshit. It was just like an add-on, but it changed my life, to be honest. My pores are kind of bad around this area right here, so I try to focus it around here more than anything. And it's also really good to use primer because it prevents a lot of your foundation or your concealer, powder, anything like that to go inside of your pores. And that's how a lot of times acne starts to come up. So adding some primer can simply prevent a lot of acne that some people have as well. Okay, so since this is an everyday makeup routine, this is going to be more focused on the face portion. I don't wear foundation, so I mainly depend on concealer. So this is the same concealer, Maybelline Better Skin in the color light medium. I focus this more in my under eye area, around my nose. And then I have a little scar right here, so I like to put it right here and on my eyelids as well. I'm going in with a Tarte Shape Tape again. I have to dig it in because I'm literally running out. I'm grabbing my Real Techniques blending sponge and going to blend that out. Blend this side too. I'm kind of red, but in the clips from earlier I was really red because I was more nervous, but since this is my second time doing it, I'm a lot more calm, like more chill now. But I was really nervous earlier. And then I'm going to put it on my nose area to cover up some more redness. Make sure you get into the crease of your nose as much as possible because people will tend to forget to put concealer or even foundation right here, and you can see that naked gap of skin that's just like there. So yeah, and then I get the inner corners of my eyes as much as possible because I feel like a lot of people forget to get this area, and then you can tell the discoloration right away when you don't apply anything there. It's like an area that not a lot of people get into. I'm going in with this heart shape tape one more time. And I'm going to grab my fan and I'm just gonna let it get kind of tacky and dry. This was a tip that I learned from, I think, a makeup artist here on YouTube. If I can find the video, I'll link his channel down below. But when you let it sit and dry just a little bit, it becomes more full coverage rather than it being wet and you just shearing it out. I think it was a makeup artist, I'm not too sure. But whoever it was, I'll try to look to my recently watched videos on YouTube and try to link it if I do find it. I'm not sure if I will. Okay, so after I laid down my concealer, I go in with my Fit Me loose powder in the color 20. This one is a little bit lighter than my natural skin color because I like my under eye area to be not very light, but light enough. Then I go in with another dry beauty sponge, Real Techniques beauty sponge, blending sponge, whatever it's called, and I bake my under eye. I bake it because since this is the only liquid that is going onto my face and this is like the only area that I'm most focused on, I want it to stay throughout the day, obviously. So I bake this first before I apply my face powder. I apply it underneath my eyes and on my eyelid and my little scar right here. You can see my scar kind of like either way, but I just do it anyway. After I bake, I go in with my Fit Me compact powder in the color 240, and I go in with this Amore Us brush, I believe it's called, and I get a generous amount and I start patting it onto my face. I don't do sweeping motions because I feel like patting is a better payoff. I honestly love the Maybelline line because it just sets so well on the skin. Even the foundation, I used to use the Bare Minerals Face Compact. It was like I think it's like the only powder compact that they have, but this is just as good. I even use the MAC one too, but I don't know. I always come back to this one. I go over my nose. I blend it down my neck because even though it's powder, you just still want to make sure that it's close. It's just close to the neck color as possible. I'm going to set the rest of my face. Sorry, my girlfriend's bothering me right now. Okay, what, babe? What is it? Then I grab some powder and I go in between my brows. This also helps blend out the front of your brows and make them a lot more natural too. Then I'm going to use the excess powder left on the brush and blend this out, because yes, I do like my under eye to be light, but I don't want it to be too light to the point where if I'm taking pictures or anything like that, it looks like I have flashback. Okay, so after I set all of my face, I go in with my MAC Fix Plus and I set it. This routine honestly consists of a lot of setting spray, because since I am depending a lot more on powder than I am foundation, it can get very cakey. So I just make sure I set my face as much as possible in between each process. Okay, so now I'm going to fan my face and dry it. Okay, so now I'm going in with this Eco Tools brush. Daddy's mom bought me like a little set of brushes and I use this one a lot. And I'm going in with the Milani Baked Bronzer. This is how it looks. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really pretty. And this is in the color 05. Tapping off the excess. Even though it is winter, I still like to look very sun-kissed because I don't care, you know. So I focus this more on the perimeter of my face. I don't drag this bronzer out too much. Okay, so after I do that, I go in with this Anastasia contour kit and I mix these two shades. And I go in with this E62 brush that James created in his brush collection. And I just contour my nose a little bit. I recently started doing this probably in the summer because I feel like it just, I don't know, it's just so cute. Makes just making your nose look more buttony is adorable to me. So I do this most days. Then I make a little line right here. And I blend it downwards. I kind of pounce it right here. So before I start cleaning up everything, I'm gonna go in and pinch my brush and go in with this cool tone color just a little bit in this one. And mix. Okay, so after I am fully bronzed and contoured up, I go into the Seamless powder and a Morphe sponge and I start to bake one more time. And what I really like about this sponge is that it has this end, so it helps with my nose contour. Another tip that I learned is to focus your bake more in the middle. This just kind of like gives you a more like snatched look, opposed to just, you know, completely doing a line right here, because it's more focused right here. It will give the illusion of a more sunken in middle cheek, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. The person that I learned it from in the video, they explained it really well. I honestly started doing this probably like a week ago, but now it's in my routine and I've been doing it ever since. I'm going to go in with this small triangular brush by the same brand, and I'm going to buff this out as much as possible. I'm even adding some powder on my nose contour just so it's not too harsh. And I'm going in between my brows as well. And I'm going in with my powder brush and just blending it out even more. Okay, so since I baked everything, I'm going to set my face and I'm going to fan it out. Okay, so I had to switch my SD card because I was running out of storage. So while I was off, I went ahead and went in with a M433 brush and the same loose powder, and I defined my nose after I had set it with my MAC Fix Plus. And then I'm just going to go in with my powder brush and take it off, I mean. So I'm gonna set again. So I'm going in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray with this Morphe brush. It has no number on it because it did not come in the brush set that James came out with. And I am going to highlight. What I do is I pat my highlighter down first because it is very wet, and then I start to blend it out. I'm using the e.l.f. Apricot Glow, and just gonna try to tap off the excess if there's any, and go in again. Like, everybody sleeps on e.l.f. Like, I've been using this highlighter for about like a year or two now. Honestly, I think. Or maybe since freshman year. I'm a senior now, but yeah, I really like it. And then I'm going in with this Morphe M501 brush. Not wet, the same highlighter. And I'm just gonna go over one more time. Okay, so I'm going in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray again, and this Morphe small precision brush. Just any like small pencil brush, it would be good. And then I'm going in with the same highlighter, and I am going to be highlighting my brow bone. My foundation looks, I mean, not my foundation. Girl, I'm not wearing foundation, try again. My, my powder and my concealer looks really dewy right now, but it's because I keep on setting it. But after I get done and everything is set in place, it's gonna be pretty matte. I'm going in with the All Nighter Spray again, and then I'm going to be highlighting my nose. Then I'm going to grab some on my finger. Just gonna tap it. Okay, so my next step is going to be putting on my eyelashes. My eyelashes usually vary depending on just the day or what I have with me. So recently, a lash brand that I really love is the Iconic Lashes in 01. But I don't have any right now. These are usually the ones that I wear every day because oh, they're just so pretty. And usually everybody asks me what eyelashes I wear, and those are the ones I typically wear on a day-to-day basis. I don't have any more of those. I'm just going to be using some Kiss lashes, and I'm just gonna go in with some Duo Glue. And y'all know how eyelashes work. I'll come back in a second. Okay, so this is how it looks with the lashes on, and the mascara that I used was the MAC mascara, and this is like the darkest black that they have. And next I'm going to be doing my lips, and the lips also vary depending on the day. So I'm going in with the Knobby, I think it's pronounced Knobby lip liner. Okay, and lastly I'm going in with my itty bitty MAC lip liner in Spice. The reason why I mix all of these up is because I obviously have a little bit left and I'm trying to save as much as I can. And I love this lip liner, but I just haven't gotten the opportunity to go and get a new one. I think it's called Spice. I mean, if I could tell y'all, I would. Oh yeah, Spice. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just gonna mix it. I love this lip liner, but I'm working with what I got, alright? Okay, and lastly, I'm going in with this lip gloss right here. To top it off. Okay guys, this is the finished look, and in my next video I'm going to be reviewing the James Charles palette using his brush collection. I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!